Time to get back on the Cranes Etc. superhighway. We have a Mercedes-Benz Arocs and it's from NZG. This one has a Meiller tipper body and it's in grey and it has the model number 1066/55. Apart from that, there's just the usual warning notices on the box. And we go straight onto the weighbridge where it weighs £1 6 ounces and that's about 620 grams. This is a windowed box and it opens up in the usual way at one end. And then we can pull the insides out. So at this point we now have a choice as to how to proceed opening the packaging. And choice number 1 is to make a cut at the bottom. Choice number 2 is to make a cut at the top, and that's the better choice. With that done, the plastic former folds forwards and we can lift the model out. And there's no assembly to do because, you know what? It's complete, out of the box. We drive the Arocs onto the weighbridge and it's just over £1 and that's 460 grams. We start by looking underneath and this is an 8x4 chassis. Elements of the engine and gearbox are visible, as are the fuel tank and exhaust boxes. The transmission and suspension on the rear axles is fully modelled, and there are different tyres on the front and rear axles. The roof of the cab is a nice casting and there's a see-through window in the top, and there's a pair of beacon lights. The exhaust pipe has a good looking hole. There are also aerials and air horns, and this version of the truck has rear view cameras. A detailed interior can be seen through the windscreen, and the Arocs grille is modelled very well. There are small graphics, the Mercedes-Benz logo, and a distinctive grille pattern. There's an NZG number plate because this is a generic model. There are some tiny graphics on the side of the cab and a nice looking door handle, and the step up has a textured surface and the wheels look reasonably detailed. Between the front and rear axles there are tanks with highlighted filler caps, and the rear wheels also look convincing. The tipper body is a nice casting with graphics including a yellow stripe. There are modelled hinges for side tipping but they're non-functional. The tailgate has 2 sharp Meiller graphics. The wheel arches are metal and there's also a towing hitch. The front of the tipper body has a modelled spring mechanism, and the structure underneath the body is very well modelled. With the tipper raised, more detail can be seen and that includes the chrome exhaust, and also other parts located behind the cab. As far as the chassis is concerned, the rear wheels on each axle spin together, and at the front we have linked steering. It is a bit stiff but the angle it achieves is quite reasonable. So let's move on to right side up mode, and the Actros moves along well enough in a straight line. But what about the steering, I hear you shouting? Well, please stop shouting and just watch and you'll see that the truck steers through a very decent angle. We move swiftly on to test the Meiller tipper, and the hydraulic lift ram is super smooth. It also achieves an excellent lift angle. If we release the tailgate at the back, it's quite free swinging. This is another high-quality Arocs model from NZG. It's up to date with the latest mirror cams, and it has a very high metal content. It is a very pleasant combination of functionality and details, and overall it has enough going for it to be rated as very good.